Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. This is the third part in the KonMari series. This is colored pencils. I think this will be even more intense than my watercolor version and my pens, because colored pencils are pretty much the first thing I started using when I was a kid, because I remember getting a box of Crayola colored pencils, and I think originally it was like a little 12 pack or whatever, and then a 24 pack, and then larger. And I pretty much used that same large set of colored pencils all through junior high and high school, and then they went by the wayside. So I have, as you can see, lots of stuff, different cases, and I have another one of these Sterilite bins with some cat hair in it. So as you can see, I've got lots of things in here. Let's start with this. This is Castle Arts, and it says 24 premium soft touch colored pencils, and this is the Botanical collection. And they're really nice pencils. They came with a little, this was on the box. They're really nice looking pencils. They even came with this little guide on how to color flowers. And they're nice pencils. These are pencils that I'm gonna get rid of because I don't use them. They're nice. I think if I didn't have some of the other pencils, and this was like what I started with and all I had, I'd keep them. So there's that, the Castle Arts. They're really nice pencils, and they have, as you can see, they had lots of different sets. They have, in here you can see, you know, they've got sets based on different artists. Cezanne, Botticelli, Monet, Kandinsky, Van Gogh. Then they've got like this seascape, a landscape, an urban collection, and then the botanicals. I got the botanicals because I draw lots of florals and color lots of florals, and it has, you know, like the nice greens down here and some pretty pinks and purples for you know, for flowers, and some nice ochres. But I just didn't use them, so those are gonna go in the away pile. This we'll talk about. You can see here, I have a Derwent, good lord, I was looking at what was underneath there. This is the Crayola 100 pencil set. I have never used these at all. I got them because they had a sale. Oh, I don't even remember where it was. It might have been like Office Depot. I think I had gone there to get some ink, and these were, because they have new colors, and these are the old colors. And so they were in the clearance area there, and I got them because they were on sale, and I got them because of nostalgia factor. Like, my first set of colored pencils were Crayola pencils, but I haven't used them, and I've had these for almost 2.5 years. So these are gonna go by the wayside because I haven't used them. Yes, it was nostalgia that made me get them, but they're going by the wayside. And they're good pencils to start with. They are. Now this was an impulse purchase. Derwent is one of my favorite pencil brands. they make some really great items. And this though is the pastel pencils. They are kind of like if you were to have those round pastels that people use for art. But this is in a pencil form, so it's meant to be like more user-friendly, more travel easy, because you don't have to bring all those big pans and all the big brushes, and so they're in a pencil form. The only thing is, like, pastels are basically like chalk, and so these are the chalkiest pencils you'll ever use because they're pastels. And when I say pastel, I don't mean pastel color, but pastel, like it's a chalk pencil. And I really don't like them. They're beautiful colors and they're made so well, but I don't like the medium, so those are going goodbye. Now we have some Arteza in here. My first set of colored pencils I got, this was years ago, after a couple of these little 12 sets over here. The first couple that I got were Arteza. Wait, these are the watercolor pencils. And we bought these for my birthday. So I got this 120 set of Arteza. I bought this, I think, and I think the husband bought the watercolor pencils for me. At that time, I was doing lots of videos for Arteza with like a bullet journal, and they're beautiful colored pencils. They're they blend well. They're not as creamy as a Prismacolor or a Derwent, but I would say they're like a good third below them. And that's what I have in here. I made out of here a set of like my favorite colors that were in here. And some of them I've used a lot, some of them I haven't used that much. But these in this little pencil pouch, I've used a lot. I just threw a pencil. Lila will get it for me. I've used these a lot, and I've thought of keeping these just to have like pencils on the go, but I haven't grabbed these in, it's been at least a year and a half. So I think I'm gonna let these go. They're wonderful pencils, nothing against the brand, it's just something that I haven't reached for. So I think these will go. And eventually I'll put these in the tin so I get my little baggie back. Now, these are the watercolor pencils. For the longest time, I wanted the Faber-Castell Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. And as you can see, I've used some of these. I did have 2 sets of watercolor pencils. I had 2 of the Prima sets. I had like their basics, and then I had like this landscape set. You know, that's what I tend to do. And those I gave to my niece because we were playing with these, and I said, hey, you don't have any watercolor pencils. Take these 2 sets, the Primas that I have. That way she'd have 24 colors. And she loves them. She's used hers down to like this much. It's amazing. I'm so happy. So I haven't grabbed for these, but I think it's because I haven't, they were at the bottom of that bin. So I haven't, these I'm a little unsure of, do I get rid of or don't I, or do I keep them? And for right now, I'm gonna put them with the other Arteza in the, they're gonna go to a new home. They're nice pencils. They're not as movable as the Albert Dürer or the Prima, but the colors are, like it says, rich and vibrant. They are vibrant. Even when you water them, they do move well. Or they retain their vibrancy. That's what I meant to say. They're a little hard to move. You got to be very careful, like light layers or really thick, and then you're just smoothing them out. Now, we have a bunch of these little 12 and 24 set things here. Let me first take a look at these. These in this container are quite a few of the Tombow colored pencils. Some of them you can see have barcodes on them. Actually, I think they all have barcodes on them. And these are, I think, some of the hardest colored pencils that I've used, which if you're doing, like if you look at the artwork on here, if you look at like this mandala type florals, I think that is a wonderful thing. I even included a Kum German pencil sharpener with them. I think because of that, they work really great in tiny little places because it takes them so long for the point to wear down. Now it does wear down, but this is a couple of different sets. There's like a bright set, there's a neutral set, and then there's this tranquil set that has all of these pastels here. These I'm going to keep because they're kind of unique. Oh, and they came with this. They came with this sand eraser, which, I mean, it does erase. I think it really slightly tears the paper than actually erasing the pencils. So there are those. And they don't come, these didn't come in a container. They came in like a plastic container that over time, you know, it kind of wore out. So these I'm gonna keep. These are the Derwent Graphitint. And basically what they are is they're a colored pencil that has graphite in the core. And they're very, very, very cool. I am going to keep these. I had them out because I wanted to do something with them, and then I got sidetracked and didn't do it, but I'm definitely gonna keep this. And it's the only little 12s that I have. But they're very interesting pencils. Like if you're doing a lot with like HB, 2B, 2H, if you're doing different hardnesses, these would be something really interesting to add a little bit of color. And then if you add just a little bit of water, it helps to get that color to move. So they're very multi-purpose, and I want to hold on to those. Now here's some Prismacolor pencils. One of my first sets of Prismacolor pencils I ever got when I was a kid was the 24 set. And after college and everything, you know, I didn't have those pencils anymore. So I went out, my brother and sister-in-law, my husband's sister and husband had given us a gift for Christmas, and we didn't like it. My husband got one and I got one, like we had a matching set. And so I returned it and got these, and I got them at Target actually at that time. And he got something else, I don't remember what he got. But I'm gonna hold on to these for right now. And this little 12 set of Prismacolors, and it's just the basic 24 set. This is the landscape set. This is one of my favorite sets that Prismacolor has. If you look, I can't open it. They're perfect colors for doing, you know, like a countryside or a meadow or fall. They're just, it's a good beginner set for that. And I really like these colors. Like these colors aren't in here. So like if you were to have these 12 and this 24, you know, that would give you a unique set of 36. I think black is the only one that's in here, because like the blues are, like I don't think indigo is in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Black, violet, oh, blue indigo. Okay, there's 2 or 3 colors that are the same, but I really like this set. And this is the one that when we travel, I sometimes take with me. So these are staying. Now we've got a couple of more little 12 sets here and here. So the first ones are these. These are the Faber-Castell 12 metallic colors. These work really well on black, on like toned papers, and they work nice on white paper as well. These were something the husband got me, and I haven't really used them and had them that much. So I'm gonna hold on to those for right now. This is the first and only set of Faber-Castell Polychromos that I bought. And you can see I have used them, and I love these pencils. The only thing that's keeping me from buying more is their cost. I mean, sometimes you can find them on sale on Amazon, but yeah, I really like these pencils, so I'm gonna keep this little 12 set. And also, like, that's a nice little 12 set you can take with you on the go. Now, this was the first set of Derwent drawing pencils that I bought. I'll have to pull these out. When I placed my order on Amazon, I had originally ordered these, the 24 set. Now, but what they sent, Amazon sent the 12. And at first, I couldn't remember what I had ordered, and so I started using them. And then I think about a week or so went by, and I was like, wait a minute, didn't I order 24? And I went to my order on Amazon, and I did. I'd ordered the 24 set, not the 12. And so I contacted Amazon, and I said, you know, you sent me the 12 set, but I ordered the 24. And then they were like, oh, we'll send you the 24. And I said, well, what do I do with the 12? I've already swatched them and used them. And they said, well, just keep them, because they'd have to, at that time, they said they'd have to, like, just trash them. And I was like, oh, okay. So I have this 12 set that I've used quite a bit. And then I have this 24 set, which I've used as well. So I have like a little travel set, and I have, you know, like a stay-at-home set. So I love those. We'll talk about those in a second. I wanted to try some other Derwent pencils, because all I knew were the Pose Pastels and the drawing pencils. And so I wanted to try the Color Soft, because I heard that they were very similar to Prismacolor. And so I was like, well, I don't have a good skin set. And this was before Crayola came out with the skin set. I have the skin set, but I gave it away to some kids because Crayola. So I got this skin set, and I really liked the feel of the Color Soft. And they are very Prismacolor-esque. And I like that the little set, 6 pencils, came with a pencil sharpener and a little tin. So I liked that, and that made me want to get some more colored pencils by Derwent. So I was looking at the Color Soft larger sets, and they were kind of pricey. So I ended up buying this set. It was something new. I had seen Lindsay the Frugal Crafter use it and talk about it, and not saying she really understood the purpose of it. And so I bought a set, and you can see I have used this a lot. And so these are the Color Soft. And from what I understand is they're a thinner wood, and you can see they're not as thick as the traditional Derwent. Derwent are normally thick. These are really light pencils. They're soft, they're creamy, like a Prismacolor, and my understanding is they are just as good as the Lightfast, which they didn't intend, but they wanted to make a lighter pencil for people that have hand issues, and so it's a light wood, so it does mean sometimes that the lead does break because the wood is very, very thin and very light. But they are wonderful, and they had these in a 12 set and a 24 set, and that was all they had for the longest time. And then eventually they came out with a 48 set, which I purchased and I've used, and I think they have a 72 set right now, but I've got the 24 and the 48, so I don't need any more than that. Now, let's put these here. Let's talk about these little 12 sets. These right here are the Col-Erase. Oh, I got a Stabilo Aquarelle in there. Oh, and that's a Jane Davenport block. That's interesting. I had all of the Jane Davenport. I've had 2 sets of them, and they're pretty much like the Crayola. I bought them because of the name Jane Davenport. I don't recommend doing that anymore. Her products are nice, you know, they are what they are. They're like, you know, craft grade things. And, you know, they served a purpose. They got me going again in colored pencils and art supplies, and, you know, getting art in my life again. But these are the Col-Erase. They are erasable pencils, yes and no. If you have like a really strong eraser, they erase. There's a box eraser called Boxy that's like a dark black. That works really well with these pencils. So I like to sketch with these, and then that way it actually blends if I'm using watercolor or if I'm using a different colored pencil. They're a great foundation. And I think this just has a pencil sharpener in there, yeah. But I like these little plastic containers because I can see what's in the container. Now in here, these are the Pilot Color Eno pencils. There's a green, a light blue, a dark blue, a red, a pink, a purple, a yellow, and an orange. This is just a Muji pencil that I had forever. But then they all have replacement lead. So I've got all of the leads, the light blue, the orange, the red, the dark blue, the green, the pink, the yellow, and the purple. And so I have those for sketching as well. I haven't used them in quite a long time, but I'm gonna keep hold of those. Now, these right here are the Inktense pencils, the 24 set. These are a lot of fun. You know, it looks like, okay, for a minute there I thought the tip was broken. It's just I've gone over it with a aqua brush. And these are wonderful to use with aqua brushes or water. They're lots of fun to use for sketching, and then use watercolors over them because it gives you your drawing lines so you can see them, and then they kind of blend with the watercolor or gouache that you do over them. But they're also great to use on their own. So there's that. Now, after using the ChromaFlow, I was looking, and Amazon had, those are staying too. Amazon had these Jane Davenport we're getting rid of. They had the Color Soft colored pencils, and they had these on sale. I got the 72 set of the Color Soft for like $48 or $49, and you can see compared to the ChromaFlow that they are a much thicker pencil. They're a much thicker pencil. And so I got the 72 set, which has the 2 trays, and I love these pencils. I just need to use them more. I always tend to grab these because I've used them longer. I've been using them longer. And it's a little 24 pack that's just so much easier to grab than this big 72 box. I wish this box was shaped like this, where it would have like 3 trays instead of 2 trays. But it is what it is. That's how they do their colored pencils in the Derwent land. Now, I have over here this colored pencil pouch, which, let's see what we have in here. I think I did a video like a year or so ago with these. Yes, these are the, let me unzip all of these. These are colored pencils that I got on Amazon as well. And they are, as you can see, the beautiful pastel colors. These are the macarons by Brutfuner. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep these or not. They're very pretty. They're very pretty pencils. But I did one piece of art with them. I drew in colored macarons. And that's all I did with them. So they're meant to be a dupe for the Holbein pastel colored pencils. And they're a pretty good dupe. Sorry, there's only, I think there's 48 pencils. And they came in a really cheap plastic trays in a cardboard box, and just pulling them in and out of the cardboard box destroyed the box. And I only used these for like a week. So I put them in this pencil case that I had. They're beautiful. I just never reach for them. But it's nice to have these colors to add extra layers. So for right now, I think I'm gonna hold on to those. And that brings us to these, the Prismacolor Premiers. Like, these are wonderful pencils, and you can see I've used them. I got these on Amazon really, really, really cheap. See, like, there's some of those pastel colors. I got these. They were a, you know how Amazon has that things have been returned unopened? These were returned unopened, and so I paid half price for these 72 set of colored pencils. These Prismacolor Premiers 72 set, I paid all of, what was like $32? I mean, it was so cheap. And it has the colors that they've discontinued. Like, there's that violet, and I forget what the other one is. It has like at least one of them in here. And so for right now, I'm gonna keep these, but I haven't been reaching for my colored pencils lately. I find that interesting, but I'm gonna hold on to these. So I guess I'm not letting go of that many, I'm gonna be keeping the Prisma. Actually, I'm gonna let go of these. I am. I'm gonna put them in this cute little, I think they go well with it. It's not my color palette. When I think of these colors, when I see these colors, I think of like Courtney Diaz, Little Raven ink, because she uses some vibrant colors. I mean, they're beautiful pencils, but I think I'm gonna let them go because I don't see myself reaching for them anytime soon. They're pretty though. I will give you that. It's a nice color palette. I think just, you know, why not let the pencils go to another home? And then that way, if I wanted to take a variety of different pencils, next time we go visit the family and see the niece, I can take some of my favorite pencils from these sets and see, won't that be a nice gift for someone? Because they look great in that pouch. So I'm keeping the Prismas. I'm keeping this little Derwent set. I'm gonna keep the Polychromos and the metallics for now. I think I might give the metallics to my niece. Actually, I am. I'm not gonna use metallics. I'm keeping the land set and this basic 24. If I'm keeping this, I might want to give this to the niece as well. Or actually, let me hold on to that. Give those to the niece. Sorry, my brain. And I'll give her the Artezas, but I've given her so many pencils. I'm gonna keep the Derwent for right now. I'm gonna keep the Uroji tin. I'm gonna keep the Color Eno. And see, I bought the whole set, which I find intriguing. I could have just bought like the blue or the green or the orange, but I bought the whole set. See, that's how I am. I'm like a completionist. And the same thing with this, with the Colorace. I could have just bought, like the ones I use are the brown, the burgundy, and the 2 greens. Those I use. I could have just bought those. But no, I had to buy the whole set. I'm gonna keep them though. I'm keeping my ChromaFlow. I'm keeping my drawing, the Inktense, and that. So I did get rid of some pencils. Not all, but I did get rid of some. So that's what I'm keeping. Those are going to the niece. So I think these will fit on my IKEA cart. Maybe. So, do you guys have a collection of colored pencils like I have? Even this, I think, is a bit extreme. If I was to release some of them, I would probably let go of those. I'd probably let go of those. And even though I'd hate to say it, I'd let go of the Prisma. I would keep the Derwent, I would keep the Faber-Castell, and I would keep this Prismacolor, but I think I would let go. I could let go of these and be fine. I could even let go of these and be fine. That would be a manageable set of colored pencils to keep. I can do that because these are in the 48. I haven't reached for these in a long time. I reached for these when I first got them. These, it's been at least 3 or 4 years since I've used them. Wow. I think I just narrowed down my collection even more, and I feel really good about that. This is a manageable amount of colored pencils to have. Okay, so those will go away. So this is what I'm retaining. I got rid of a lot of pencils, and I feel good about that, because even though this is still a lot, I feel I can grab for them. I'm keeping, see, now I'm the same way, like with the Chroma Flow. These are in here. Do I need to keep these? I do like to use these two together. I will keep them. I will keep those. Okay, this is what I'm keeping. All of the rest are leaving the house some way, either selling them, giving them away, or those two options. So, back to my question. Do you have as many colored pencils as I have? If so, how do you store them? Where do you put them? How do you use them to make sure that you have them in like rotation, that like you're grabbing them? Like, I love these polychromos, but because I have all these others, I sometimes tend to forget that I have them. They're wonderful pencils and actually work well with some of these other pencils, but I always forget to grab them because I have so many others. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Okay, so that's all we have for today. Just a quick look through some of my colored pencils and what I have dwindled down to. This much more manageable set of pencils. Okay, I'll see you in the next KonMari video. Bye!